Gut Health Recovery Group. I can never tell whether this has actually started or it just tells me it's starting. So bear with me a tick. No, and now it says it's been going for 2 minutes. Okay. I can't see what's going on. What's going on here? Okay, I have no screen, so I have no idea what I look like or what I'm doing here. And it says that the video has been going for nearly 3 minutes, so sorry if you've been watching nothing for 3 minutes. Welcome, happy Friday. You can probably tell I'm a bit stuffed up. It's so cold here, as all you Melburnians would know. Oh, I don't know one person that hasn't been sick over the last couple of weeks. It's just cold and flu weather, basically. We had a question around why does the microbiome or gut health get worse as you age? So I guess when I broke this question down, I started thinking about, well, what happens to the microbiome? Like, are we stuck with the same thing all the time? So over human life, the microbiome, the gut bacteria, the microbiome, it has some sort of patterns. So we have, it starts off with the really rapid changes that happen from when we're born until we're at the age of 3. And I've spoken about this in other posts about how our microbiome is affected up until the age of 3. And that goes into things like the house you grew up in, whether you had dogs or cats, or other animals around, whether you, the types of foods that you were exposed to as a child, lots and lots of different things. And then it's generally pretty stable from the age of 3 up until middle age. So by that I mean there's not a big rapid proliferation in diversity, which is the different types, or number. It's generally pretty stable until we hit middle age. And then it starts some accelerated changes in late adulthood, which is considered to be around, and don't get offended by this, anybody, but from my research, late adulthood is considered to be around 60, 65. And that's when the accelerated changes start happening to the gut microbiome. So there's a few different factors that come into play here. Things like long-term infections, becoming less active, carrying more weight around your major organs, the type of diet you have, any sort of stress, whether it's psychological, physiological, so whether it's internal or external, sleep deprivation, or any intestinal upsets can start and maintain something called the process of inflammaging. So it's higher incidence of inflammation while we age. Any type of inflammation causes stress on the body. And now that we know that there is such a strong link between gut health and immunity, there's also a link between how the quality of your gut health and how susceptible you are to inflammation. So people whose gut microbiomes have grown more unique with age, and by unique we mean they've sort of been able to keep their gut health really good. This is a study that was done. They were found to be able to walk faster and have better overall mobility than other people with less of their microbiome changes as they age. So in a nutshell, those that had less diverse gut environments, remember diverse is the quality, so the different types of gut microbiota. So people who have a less diverse environment in their gut, or potentially used more generally the correlation was that they used more medications and were nearly twice as likely to have some sort of medical event during that period of time that they were studied. So I guess we have to look at what happens in life as we get older. Generally, I know what I've always I guess, working in a pharmacy for over 10 years, you would see the majority of people that were coming in with, you know, multiple prescriptions for things were older. So it was more likely that you were going to be put on more and more medication as you aged. That has to have an effect somewhere. So that, and this study is, I guess, suggesting that as well, that the more medications that people are on, the more likely their gut health is likely to deteriorate. The other thing is, we do have general wear and tear on the body. So the more often, you know, the longer you're exposed to something, the more likely it is to cause a problem. So as we age, we've been in the environment that we've been in for longer than we have when we're, obviously, compared to somebody who's only 30. So as you get older, if you've been doing similar things your whole life, potentially the wrong things, then those can potentially upset your microbiome, and that could eventually play a role, like we say, wear and tear on joints, on your pancreas, things like type 2 diabetes. These are all things that we're told by modern medicine that as we get older, our body's just not as good at regenerating things. So things like I guess the other research that this study suggested was that modern diets that are high in salty or sugary or fatty processed foods may potentially damage the aging gut, again, because the length of time that the exposure's been there for. Whereas higher fibre, nutritious foods like fruits and vegetables and seeds and beans and nuts and things like that, which I'm always talking about, could also, when they're combined with exercise, help to protect the gut health and help to protect the microbiome balance as we age. So I guess it comes back to, again, having a good balanced diet and making sure that you're getting enough of the different types of fibres that are going to help nourish the good bacteria in your gut. So I guess there's, obviously, like, and I feel like I say this every single time, we need more research, we need more understandings, but as a general, if you take a step back and look at it from a general perspective, the microbiome potentially is no different to any other organ in the body, in that as we get older, there is more potential for it to degenerate. So looking after your body as a whole, instead of just looking at one particular part of your body, is going to have the best overall outcomes for healthy aging in general. So I hope that answers the question that Lorraine had put up. And I really hope that this video has worked. I'm going to leave it there just to check whether this video has worked, otherwise I might have to do it again. Thanks for anybody if you're watching. I can't see a thing. See ya.